Hi everyone, my name is Brian Borden, author of the book The Power of Heart-Centered Relating and developer of HCR's Personal Life Assessment Program, or PLA. In this short video, I'll be explaining why the PLA program I developed to help people put into daily practice the principles upon which heart-centered relating are founded is such an empowering and transformational personal growth tool. In Chapter 6 of my book, I explain the reasons why the 12 HCR life skills are so important, why you will realize so many transformational benefits from mastering them. HCR Life Skill 1 is personal life assessments, and the reason why this life skill is so important is because it's a comprehensive reflection process of how you are feeling about your life. The most prominent productivity experts recommend weekly reflection times, as well as daily planning and review times, and these vital practices are part of both HCR Life Skill 1 and 2. Life Skill 2 is SPEM Self-Goal Setting. SPEM is the HCR acronym that represents the four aspects that make up our humanity: the spiritual, physical, emotional, and mental. It's the emotional aspect of our lives that drives us. When we feel good, it's so much easier to do everything, whether routine tasks or relating with others. When we don't feel good, everything can feel like a grind. We all innately know that the quality of the key relationships in our lives has enormous effect on how we feel. And based on the 75-year Harvard study that I referred to in the introduction to my book, the single most important factor in determining our health and happiness is the quality of our relationships. It's not that other life factors don't matter, like job satisfaction, income, leisure time, and contribution to others. This is why the HCR framework lists 12 categories of basic human needs that we all share in common, and we need to feel that all of these needs categories are being satisfied at a high level to be truly happy and content. But it's vital that we understand that it's the quality of our relationships that has the biggest impact on our needs fulfillment, because without quality relationships, we cannot achieve high levels of fulfillment in all needs categories. In order to make the most of our opportunities to create quality relationships, we need to personally grow. We need to develop and strengthen our characters, which looks like becoming more loving, compassionate, and capable. The PLA program is a tool that will help you to accomplish this. It works because it's designed to cause you to deeply reflect upon your life. Through this reflection process, you determine where you are in terms of feelings of needs fulfillment and your ability to consistently respond to life challenges in virtuous ways. From what you determine from your PLA chart scores, you start accessing your heart wisdom to identify what you need to do, specifically the thoughts you need to have and the actions you need to take that will begin to immediately have a positive and transformational impact on your life. The PLA program allows you to easily and effectively capture these thoughts, to document in concise ways your goals, your passionate reasons why these goals are important to you, and your objectives and strategies for accomplishing your goals. In a recent podcast, David Allen, considered by many to be the foremost expert on stress-free productivity, said that studies have shown that 83% of adult self-talk is negative. Needless to say, negative self-talk doesn't make us feel good. This is why HCR Life Skill 3 is always being appreciative. Always being appreciative counters negative self-talk, and thus causes you to feel better no matter what you're going through. And this life skill has a practice to help you form the habit of always being appreciative. It's an appreciation gratitude template that is profoundly impactful in helping you achieve greater appreciation for your life, the situations of your life, and especially for the people in your life. What this does is improve your relationship with yourself, and from this improvement, your ability to relate with others in more loving ways. This is just one of the ways the HCR Life Skills will help you. In Chapter 7 of my book, I introduce the 3 HCR self-scoring life assessment charts that are part of the PLA program, and how you can use your personal life assessments to help you develop your spiritual maturity through character development. For it's through fully developing and strengthening our character that we achieve our potential and realize the fulfillment of our heart's desires. The PLA program builds upon the foundational concepts, principles, and guidelines that are explained in my book and packages this information in a framework that is quickly accessible, which is one of the reasons why you will find the PLA program so useful. The actual practical instructions of how to use the PLA begin in the next instructional video. In this, Why the HCR PLA Introduction video, I'm addressing a topic that is vitally important for us to understand, both in terms of our relationship with ourselves as well as how we relate and communicate with others. In the HCR description for our basic human need for love understanding, part of that description says this: our need to understand the why behind anything we are asked to do, are doing, or feel required to do. Clearly understanding the reason why we are doing something is what brings empowering meaning into our endeavors. It reminds us that we are significant, that we matter, and that what we'll be doing or are doing matters, that it's going to make a positive difference in how we feel, that it will lead to meeting our basic human need for fulfillment. So here is one of the key reasons why the PLA program is so empowering. We all have a deep sense of what heart means, and in my book I emphasize why it's so important to listen to our heart and follow its guidance. But what does that really look like? These two verses taken from the Bible point the way. The Apostle Peter wrote, "Love each other with a warm love that comes from the heart." And Jesus said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." But what does that look like in daily living? It looks like living in ways that meet your own need of continually growing and becoming your best self, which is also how you meet the needs of others, especially those you love and relate with the most. But what are our real needs? This is a very important question, for if you can't easily recall humanity's basic human needs from memory, you will miss out on many opportunities to truly connect with others in deeply heartfelt ways. This is why HCR identifies the 12 categories of basic human needs that we all share in common, the needs we're all born with. We don't get to choose what our basic needs are, for we are hardwired with these inherent basic needs. However, each of us is unique in regards to what will specifically fulfill our needs. And this is where we do have choices. We can choose what we need to do to fulfill many of our own needs, and we can choose who to be with, others who are willing to be in mutually beneficial relationships with us. However, to achieve having all of your 12 categories of basic needs met in healthy and balanced ways, there is an undeniable requirement: virtuousness. For it is only through virtuousness that we can attain fulfillment of our basic needs, and it's fulfillment of our basic needs that causes us to feel well and to feel happy. The HCR focus on the following 3 powerful truths is what makes HCR unique and so effective in creating transformational change in your life and relationships. 1. Fulfillment of your basic needs leads to feeling well and being happy. 2. To attain needs fulfillment requires developing and strengthening the virtues in your character. And 3. To become more virtuous requires practicing being virtuous. This is why the HCR life skills were developed. Here's a one-sentence explanation that captures these 3 truths. Mastering the HCR life skills leads to developing and strengthening virtuousness in your character. And virtuous living and relating leads to needs fulfillment. There are no shortcuts to attaining healthy needs fulfillment, but there are more effective ways of achieving it, and this is what the HCR PLA program is all about. It's about developing effective living and relating habits that lead to a happier, more joyful life. Once I came to fully realize that it's virtuousness that leads to needs fulfillment, I spent a great deal of time determining the following. 1. What I believe to be the 24 most important virtues that we need to live by that lead to needs fulfillment. And 2. what I believed were the most important daily life skill practices that lead to strengthening the virtues in our character. What I have just explained is the heart of the matter concerning the big why of the HCR PLA program. Why, if you make it a part of your daily living, it will cause positive, loving changes to occur both within you as well as what you manifest in your outer world, especially in the relationships in your life. Whatever you want to get better at in your life, it will require practicing. There is simply no other way. For example, if you want to get better at playing a musical instrument, you will not achieve this through learning music theory alone. You must pick up the instrument you want to play well and invest time in practicing. It's the same with becoming more virtuous. The PLA program is the heart-centered relating theory, but you are the instrument. You must pick up yourself and practice, and the PLA program will guide you as to how to do this effectively. This is where the HCR life skills come into prominent play. For without practicing the HCR life skills, if all you do is read the book, but never put into practice the heart-centered principles it explains, then it will be like reading over music theory, but never playing an instrument. That will not produce positive, loving change in your life. However, if you dedicate yourself to coming to truly understand the enduring principles of virtuousness upon which HCR is based, and you practice the HCR life skills daily and master them, then I assure you that will result in transformational change in your life. The HCR life skills will guide you in mastering your life, and commitment to the PLA program will ensure that you become very competent at the HCR life skills, and thus to experiencing the fulfillment of personal growth. Now that the why of the PLA program has been explained, let's get you familiar with it. In the next video, I will be taking you through the various sections of the PLA program and showing you how to score your needs fulfillment, virtues adherence, and life skills development personal life assessment charts. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.